Hello and welcome back to Brick Gaming YGO. I'm back here today with an updated Metalfoes True Draco deck profile. This video has been requested for a very long time. Another video did very well, and I've just finally got around to making this updated version. I've been doing like a lot of different ideas for how I want to do it, and so far this is like the best idea, and I want to go more budget this time. Like give more like affordable card options and stuff like that are pretty easy to come by. I don't think there's a card in here over like $5 or $10. Like everything's very affordable and is good for a budget deck. So before I get into the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I will highly recommend it, and let's get right into this. First off, starting with the main deck, I play triple Gold Driver. Gold Driver is really good. Basically just a level 4 guy. Really cool with like rank 4 plays. Can be summoned off of Rescue Rabbit. All that type of fun stuff. Next, I play triple Metalcaster. Metalcaster is really cool because when it's destroyed, you can add one of your Metalfoes pendulums from your extra deck back to your hand. And even though you can't use it that turn, you can still like fusion summon with it and all that type of fun stuff. And during the next turn, you can get a bigger pendulum summon. All of that type of stuff you can do with it. And I think you can even summon it. And yeah, so it's just a really good card all around. Does the same thing as in the scales, where you can pop one card and set a Metalfoes spell or trap. But outside that, it does have a pretty cool monster effect. Next, I play 2 Silvered. Silvered is just generic, just like Gold Driver. All the Metalfoes pretty much do the same thing. They just pop a card in the other scale or face-up card on the field, on your side of the field. Then I play 1 Vanisher. I like Vanisher's effect, where you can banish cards when he's special summoned. But my issue with him is his level. He's really high level, so you're never going to pendulum summon him. So I only play 1 copy because you can only use the in-hand effect, and then you only really want to use it maybe once or twice a duel. And if you really need it, you can get it back with Metalcaster. So it's a good one-up in my opinion. Then I play triple Volflame. Volflame is really good, just big boy. Does the same thing as all the other Metalfoes. 2 Stealing. Also just good high scale. Does the same thing as all the other Metalfoes. 1 Bismugear, when this guy's, so he does the same thing in the scale, but when he's destroyed, during the end phase you can get a search off of him for Metalfoes, so allows you to set up for next turn and have more card resources. So basically when this guy's popped, it's like a +1, which is pretty nice. Then moving on to like the generic pendulums, I play triple Chronograph and 1 Time Gazer. This is just getting your first turn set up, being able to set up like link plays, or like fusion plays to get deeper into your deck. Also, when your card is destroyed, you can special summon Chronograph from your hand, plus 1 other pendulum. So that's pretty cool in this deck because you do destroy your own cards quite a bit, and it can just be a free summon, like go like quicker for like a game or an OTK. Then I play the value engine of 1 Gate Zero and 1 Dark Worm. Basically sending this guy off of Dragon Shrine or even normal summoning him can help you get your Scale Sap. And also it's like a free summon as well. And it's also level 4, so it allows you to go into XYZ plays. Then I play 3 copies of Rescue Rabbit. Rescue Rabbit is really nice in my opinion. Just because it gets you your normal guys from your deck, so it allows you to have, once again, link plays, fusion plays, XYZ plays. So obviously I'm a big fan of this card. It just does a lot for the deck. And then moving on to the final monsters, which are the True Dracos, I play triple Ignis Heat, 1 Dynamite, and then 1 Majesty Maiden. So the reason I'm playing this ratio is because I feel like Ignis Heat is just the best one altogether. I would play more Dynamite, but he's at 1 still, so that's pretty unfortunate. And I would only play him at 1 in this deck, like, potentially, like, I mean, you could play at 2, and that would still be good, but I think it's just better at 1 because you don't want to brick on these big boys. And then 1 Majesty Maiden. This is the weakest one by far, but in my opinion, getting that extra search and being able to use your True Draco traps to tribute on your opponent's turn, it can be pretty powerful. And Ignis searches the spells, which I feel are just the best and most generic altogether. Dynamite goes after the traps, and Matchy Maiden grabs the monsters. Then moving on to the spells and traps, I play one Dragonic Diagram. Diagram's very good, just pop stuff. You can pop your Metalfoes stuff, and Metalfoes cards, you can pop your True Draco cards, just really good card altogether. Then I play 2 Heritage, 2 Disciples, and the reason I cut down on this engine, because I was really planning on playing 3, but I cut down to 2 just due to size of the deck, because if fit all these engines together now, basically playing True Dracos and Metalfoes together, you are going to have to play over 40 cards. I think this build's at 45 or 46 cards right now, and that's really pushing it, for deck size. So I did try to cut down the deck as much as I could, but still make it functional and still have enough plays to be able to compete with other rogue or even some meta decks you could do okay against. But no, this is in my opinion the best ratio for now. And by the way, this deck is nowhere close to meta. You could probably squeak out a couple wins with this deck, but I think that's just more for fun. It's a really fun deck to play. Then I play Triple Pod Desires. Desires is just draw power. You need draw power. I mean, you could also potentially play Prosperity or even X-Rab in this deck, but then this deck wouldn't be budget. I'm trying to keep this deck as budget as possible for this video. That's there are no Magician Souls or access code won't be in this deck profile. No, gotta keep it on the low end. And then I play 2 Dragon Shrine. This is just for Dark Worm. You can just send him off, get a free summon, get the free search, all that type of fun stuff. It's also good at Ash Bait in this deck. Then for Metalfoes, Spells and Traps, I play 1 Metalfoes Fusion. Just the classic, gives you a draw, really nice card. 1 Pure Metalfoes Fusion, this just gives you a whole lot more ways to fusion summon. And I think that's really worth it because that's pretty much fusion summon from anywhere. So I think that's really good. And finally for Metalfoes, Spells and Traps, Triple Combination. Combination is really good against other fusion decks. But the main thing you're going to be doing with Combination is popping it or tributing it for True Dracos, or popping off with Diagram, or popping off with your Metalfoes, because this card just lets you get searches. So the whole idea is just set these up with your Metalfoes, get rid of them off of True Draco effects, and then just have a huge pendulum summon and be able to make a pretty nice board either going first or second. And this deck definitely has OTK potential with the True Dracos, and the Metalfoes just allow you to get way more advantage with that deck. And finally for the True Draco traps, I play 1 True King's Return and double True Draco Apocalypse. And the reason I only play 1 True King's Return in this deck is just because of size and space within the deck. So I did have to cut it down to 1. Once again, I was considering playing at 2, but I feel in this particular version it's better at 1. And then of course True Draco Apocalypse is just a classic. I won't max out on 3 because you're trying to avoid those mini bricks. You're not trying to have a lot of bricks in the deck. So I feel Apocalypse at 2 is just the best ratio. And then finally, going on to the extra deck, I play Triple Mithrilium. This card just really good at this format because of the bounce, which is pretty nice, and also gets you your resources back. And when it leaves the field, you get your Metalfoes from your extra deck or graveyard back to your side of the field, so it does float as well. Then 1 copy of Alcahest. Alcahest is still pretty decent. Basically just a monster steal during your opponent's turn, which is pretty good. Then play 1 Orichalc. Orichalc is just another card with a lot of OTK potential, so it's really nice for that reason. And then finally, for the fusions, 1 Azorless. And I'm still iffy on Azorless. I feel it's, a really good card, but it can be difficult to make at some point. And the only really, way you're going to make it is probably closer to, mid or late game. But if you did get out, I think you're in a pretty good position by then. And then if you're using, Mithrilium or something, you can get your guys back. And yeah, also he's just pop stuff. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Even though it's not, the most quickest effect or anything like that. that's pretty good. And also you can become a scale, so when you place them in scale, if you don't have a high scale, that can come up. Then on to the links. I played 2 Amalgam. Amalgam is just really good. I remember a lot of people, when this card was released, they were like, oh my gosh, this card sucks because of the arrows. But then if you read the effect, all you're ever going to do with this guy is summon him, then pop him with your Metalfoes, then use his effect to summon him back, and then you just have more arrows and more ways to pendulum summon. And then on top of that, all you really need to get into this guy is Rescue Rabbit, and then this plus Metalfoes and any random card. You can get a pretty big pendulum summon going. Like, this just allows you to pendulum summon for more cards. Then I play, for generic links, 1 Phoenix, 1 Lamphornicus. Lamphornicus is really good because it's generic. Same with Phoenix. Then 1 Draco Master at 10E. So basically, first turn you can go or even going second, you can go Lamphornicus into Draco Masters. And then if you still have normal monsters on your side of the field, you need to Draco Master to blow up some of your opponent's monsters, which is pretty nice in this deck. And then finally, for the final link, I play 1 copy of Borreload. I wanted this card to have Access Code or Borrelsword to keep this card more budget friendly. Like, I know Borrelsword is pretty easy to get by this point, but you know, just keeping this deck as budget as possible. So Borreload is the card I went with, but you can also play Borrelsword, and that card would also be very good. Then for the final cards, I play Abyss Dweller, number 101. And Tornado Dragon. So the most common level you're playing for like your pendulums and stuff is level 4s, and one of the strongest XYZ ranks in deck is rank 4. So I decided to go with like a small rank 4 kind of like engine in the X deck. Not really engine, but like this is just some of the best generic cards. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. So if you guys do like this deck profile, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see different versions of this deck, let me know. I'll be happy to come up with like different like versions, different ratios, all that type of fun stuff. So please let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.